Hello and welcome back
Hello.
to Dice Dropping's Song of Ice and Fire role-playing game, Chronicles of House Weirlight. Let's get just right back into it. So, Clarissa, you wish to speak to Meg when it was more cleared out, which happens.
Great. I will go up to the bar and ask for an ale, and then
She
I
will give you an ale.
Perfect. Once I have ale in my hand, I will.
And she goes, "That's probably the last one. I'm looking to go to bed."
Understood. Just before you do so, I had a quick question for you. I
Sure.
don't mean to be a bother.
Like, sure.
This is the first I'm hearing of this attack on the Danets. I'm from the Asterwoods.
I mean, yeah, I know the lady told me. Yeah, I'm guessing. Looks like all the women were a little shocked.
Yeah, when did it happen?
And she like thinks. I don't know if he rightly said. I don't think he gave a time frame. I think I think he just said it happened. I don't know when it happened. Recently, I know very recent. I think from what Master Danet told us, he basically found out about it. Immediately ran out of the house, rid to your house, challenged them, and then left to come to King's Landing.
Quick timeline. Understand.
So fairly, or maybe he went back. I don't really know. He didn't really describe it well. He just said ran out, challenged the cowards. No offense. And
Understood.
And then now then he was there. So I don't rightly know.
No, did he have the shield with him?
He did.
Said he did.
Yeah, he said it was proof.
Oh.
That he was he just said proof. So he showed it and we saw it. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
And we've always heard of sometimes nobles sort of thing, but you can't fake what the anger and pain in that young man's eyes.
Of course,
or
15.
Voice or actions.
15. Did he? 15 families, 15 people, and a little.
15 people.
People.
Of men, women, and children.
That's just awful. I can't. We on our ride here from House Weirlight, we've encountered so many dead people.
I have heard the roads have gotten bandits have gotten bold.
Really?
In this area. Oh yeah, no, that's what we've been hearing. There's been some activity. Some people coming through said, people have been found in bodies and stuff. I don't even know. It says it's been getting more dangerous. It doesn't look like you lot would be in any danger, but
especially not if everyone's afraid of us. That's
shrugs.
Hard to hear. We found this sword. You might have seen my lord carrying it around earlier. It has a stag on it. We talked to some of the people who stick around.
Oh yeah. What's his name? Something or other. I don't remember names. He had that sword. I remember. Yeah, he was a cell sword.
Yeah. I heard that you might know what mission he was sent off of. We found his entire camp slaughtered.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes. All six of those men had been killed. 5?
You only found 5 bodies.
Okay, all 5. Did we hear 6 from someone? It doesn't matter.
You heard... it was overheard, then you probably heard it from things. Yes, there were 6 sellswords hired by a knight. You found 5 bodies of men who 5. Appear to be sellswords.
Okay, understood. Numbers. We found all 5 bodies. 5. Just slaughtered in their sleep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Well, So in their sleep. Gee, what is the world coming to? Can't even camp on the side of the damn road.
Yeah.
Well, that's horrible. Sorry to hear that. I don't know
Not
anything
my-
about really. I definitely remember. I remember the man who hired them. You know, people recruit mercenaries at this tavern all the time.
Oh, really?
So, oh yeah. I mean, it's in the King's Road, right? People find
Sure.
there. I remember he was tall. I would say handsome. I definitely remember his crest though, the fox.
The fox, yeah. Was it like clear?
Clear.
Yeah, like.
I mean, I could tell it was a fox.
Sure, we've. It's not good. We found a shield that had that symbol on it, so I just was wondering if maybe they were connected.
Shrugs.
No, I understand. Well, thank
I
you.
will say you didn't find a fox shield. You found a shield of a house connected to House Arcade.
A house connected to the house that was connected
Hmm.
to the fox knight. Great.
Yes.
Understood.
Layers on layers on layers.
It's like an onion.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, thank you for the.
I
ale.
prefer to say a parfait.
Thank you for the ale. I wish you a good night's rest.
Oh well, you as well, dearie.
Thank you.
She goes back to the bar. All right.
All right.
Well, if that's that, we will rise and have our breakfast. Nothing happens in the night. No one is slaughtered,
Oh, good.
Great.
except a pig for breakfast.
Yay.
Bacon.
We get bacon? Whoa.
It's not barrel, is it?
No. Oh yeah, no. Oh yes, you get bacon.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you are off. Per Lady Vivian's request, all symbols of House Weirlight are stowed, covered, to make it just look like, oh look, rich noble people
Yay.
walking through.
Ah, as nobles do.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yep. So it's pretty easy, easily done. You change into your more neutral clothing. That's not an issue. So as you travel down the road. It is, well, rather uneventful. You see some people pass you going the other way, and they give nods and walk past. Eventually, you do see three young men, handsome, strong, looking young men on horseback. They definitely seem of noble birth from their clothing. Still traveling. One of them has a bag on it. The bag has a stag reared with a crown on top of it. As they pass the carriage, the lead one sort of like slows his horse down a bit and sort of basically starts walking his horse backwards to keep up with the carriage.
Whoa.
Are the
uh,
drapes open or something? It's like
Yeah, they were. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because it's much nicer today. In fact, today the clouds have begun to clear.
Oh, yes,
Wonderful.
finally. The
It looks like the
sun.
tournament it will be sunny for the tournament. Hopefully,
Wonderful.
Yeah.
so it's much nicer. It's a bit more stuffy inside, so it's nice to have the air moving. Yeah, they were open, and this young man is looking at you, Mariella.
why I asked the question.
Yeah. Yep. And he just goes, I think, does the strangers deceive my eyes? My lady, I must stop. I then tell you, I think, your beauty has stopped me. My mission is most important and quite imperative. But I care little. I'm like, and he literally will just start reciting poetry.
Oh,
God.
Serena.
Do we really want to deal with poetry right now with
Oh,
what
man.
happened the last time?
Oh,
I
man.
think this one's a little bit better. Is the cart still moving? I hope he hasn't stopped us.
Oh,
Wait.
no, it's
You know,
moving. He's
okay.
walking his horse backwards
He's
to keep up with the
alongside.
carriage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I don't.
I want to stick my
Oh,
head
buddy.
into close to the window, the open window on the other side of the carriage, now that I am allowed to ride again.
Yeah.
And just be, do you want me to chase him off?
No, I mean, do we notice the crest? Like, or is
Oh,
it
yeah.
like?
I mean,
Yeah.
Vivian, you for sure do.
Oh, okay. Then no, I'll point her attention to.
What
He sees a
question?
beautiful girl. As long as he's not untoward, I'm fine with it. They are kingsmen after all. They have important business. It's best
I
not to
goes-
hinder them.
He goes, "To right, my other lady, you have a sharp eye. I think I have been tasked with a most, important message by the king himself, and it's for sure a brag. Like it's the most subtle brag.
Oh.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Indeed, that seems like a high honor.
It is, my lady. It is, but a higher honor still, I might believe, is knowing your name.
Mariella.
What'd you say?
Mariella.
Like Mariella. Like it brings certain ideas to my mind. Like
Kyle, more wine. Anyway.
Kyle.
Kyle, you go,
now.
Kyle, and it's already being poured.
Good. This is rough.
We're all just
I-
embarrassed.
He's like, may I compare your name to a spring day? Like it's very much. You also hear in the distance, like you hear one go boo. his buddies are kind of gooching
Joshing him.
and just like, why? just,
Might I assume you're returning from your journey to possibly give good word to?
well, he's riding the opposite way, right?
Oh, he's riding the opposite way.
You're
Okay.
going to the capital. He's riding
Okay,
away
he's
from
at-
it.
It's sad to see that you won't be able to possibly enjoy the events.
Oh,
Back
we'll be back in time for the tournament.
So your destination is not that far then.
And he's now realizing, like, should I?
She's like kind of smirking, and it's like it would be a shame if he did not let such noble knights be able to participate in his tourney.
You hear a snort from his right, like, knight. And he's like, looks at you like, shut
Quit! It's like, dude, shut it!
Yes, well, it's true. It's possible that I might not be able to enter the lists in time, but I'm sure that I get rolling. Just like,
Sounds like your attention is needed elsewhere.
yes, of
My
course,
goodness.
my lady. But to not forget the name, it's Ronson Claviger, and the
Does that name mean anything to me? I doubt it. But
you can make a status breeding test.
Can I also do such a thing?
You
course,
also
Mama
may
would
do
care.
such a thing.
Is it status breeding or status heraldry? Like what?
It would be breeding, yeah.
Okay,
Breeding.
not
24.
that great at it. 16.
Yeah, so the Clavigers are a Crownland's house. They're like minor-y. Mariella, and Vivian, you would know the name of Lord Claviger's name and his heir. Ronson is not the name of either of them. From his age, he might be like a second son. Something like that.
We can do better.
Lord Claviger, he is he does like have a sort of good, like a high position in court, which might explain why what probably look like his second son and
Is running errands.
two of his nephews are running errands for the king because, you know.
Mhm.
So they're prominent nobles, but like nothing like, my God, it's House Claviger. It's like, oh yeah, no,
Whoa.
I've heard of them. Yeah.
It's those ones. I would probably also state, like, maybe early in the morning in the carriage, it's like I would have probably brought my mother up to date on like what we had learned the previous evening.
Yeah, no, I think everyone said that like we had a powwow, information was exchanged.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he'll rear his horse. Not like he rears it fairly well. Like this guy knows how to ride, and then we'll like dart off
To join his fellows.
Yeah, and he's just like, you're such a pillock, Ronnie. He's like, shut up.
You're going to be getting so much more of that now that we're going to be in the capital.
Yes, it's a shame we didn't find out what that message was for.
I wish
Was it
I had been able to at least
to
figure out
Milady and-
where he was heading.
You could have asked.
I did ask.
You did
He
not.
I will
She
do it
asked
back
without
then.
asking.
Yeah. Still, really glad I'm not in the carriage right now.
Who knows?
Well,
Um,
I think regardless, anything leaving King's Landing is probably going to be of interest to us.
You're not sure? Quite sure. You never know now. Given everything that's happening with our family, I would think that information would be of utmost priority.
Oh, no, I completely agree. What I am slightly more worried about is that the Danets have a few days ahead of us.
yeah, I will say, just for your sanities, when he said a very important message for the king, it probably wasn't.
Yeah, no. I figured that, yeah.
What it most likely was him giving out personal invitations, right?
Yeah.
Because the
Right.
king invites everyone, but then sends personal messages to certain people.
Whoa.
He's
We got
going the
ours by
road back the way
Raven,
you came, so probably maybe like, you know, Tyrells or maybe the Ashfords or something.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be nice and be like, his tone was very much, I am very much hyping up something that isn't a big deal.
Yeah, no. I got that.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, no, I mean, Tony can say that, but he also would put NPCs that have critical information and we just ignore and then we're fucked,
Sure.
so...
Or perhaps he puts in NPCs that were supposed to show up if you had shown your house symbol, that they would have then said horrible things to you.
This is true.
And would have seen if Tijik would have tried to attack them.
Oh.
There's a reason why I did not give a last name.
No, that was smart. All right, good work. So mandatory Ashford mention, yes. You go ever onward. Now, this one is, I believe. Hold on, sorry. Yep, this will be the last inn before you
Ooh.
reach King's Landing.
Ooh.
Oh,
Nearly there, nearly there.
Will
What
we
in-
reach King's Landing tonight?
so close. Oh, so close.
We'll see.
God, I'm about to vomit. I don't know what's about to
I
happen.
just want to get there. All this building up, I just need to get there.
And it's a really well-known tavern. It's famous. It is, as you come to it near dusk, the Great Stag Tavern.
Mm.
Mm.
And there's a great big old stag on it. And there are flying banners of the crowned thing. Like, obviously homespun. Like, these aren't official banners, but, like, this is essentially being like, yeah, welcome. We're the America Tavern.
Welcome to the Crownland, baby.
So what you're saying, these are extreme, like, loyalists of Robert. Like, gotcha.
Good King's country now. What's up?
Yeah, there's literally actually a like you actually see, like, there's a drawing on the outhouse that literally says Targaryen legacy on it.
Oh,
Yeah, like
That's
yikes.
hilarious.
yeah, like
Sure,
there's a lot of just
okay.
like Targaryens are shit, Baratheons are the best.
Rule.
Stag better than dragons, yo.
Oh yeah, bitches.
Don't mess with the horns.
College rivalry.
I love how every
You
turn
mess with
anyone in the
Stag, you get
tavern
the
into
horns.
a frat boy. This is amazing.
Baratheon. Yeah.
oh my god.
Oh my goodness, can we make a skit of us being frat boys for Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Again.
Let's get in the tavern.
Around nightfall, you do make it to the Great Stag itself. This place is quite big. It has 3 stories. The roof is thatched. There's smoke pouring out of it. There are a good amount of people here.
Oh, there's a
And
roof. Fancy.
as your horses are sort of put away, people are walked in. People turn and go, "Hey!" Seeing as no one sees you.
Yep.
Your husband was people welcome, welcome you. A stern-looking, but almost regal, woman behind the tavern. She looks strong, around your age, Vivian. And she goes, lords and ladies, welcome to the Great Inn. Long may our king reign. Rooms.
Yes.
Excellent. And yeah, and she, they're a little higher than the than Dag's Inn prices, but she's like, I only got 2 rooms available. I suppose that's all right.
That's right. That's everyone.
Yeah, that's pretty typical. Yeah.
People can sleep outside. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically probably all the girls in one room and all the boys in the other.
That's fine.
And other people would be outside in the carts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Builds character.
Yeah,
for
you
one.
see a lot of different nobles here. Mostly lots of knights.
Mhm.
I want them breathing
and,
tests. I want to see
There's a lot of people outside too. Like, looks like people have set up boxes and things like that. The activity has jumped a fold almost. Like Dags was like, but there's full people playing music here.
Is there like a beer pong s table set up?
No.
Anyone we recognize? Any house sigils we recognize?
Yeah.
At all?
I mean, none that you're personally oh,
I
it's
understand.
Dave, but
Any knights that I recognize?
Nymoro, any knights that you recognize? Probably by reputation, but not by face.
Okay.
You see a standard of 2 pairs side by side, and you're like, oh yeah, I know that guy. I heard of that guy, and just some stuff like that. Looks like the activity is people are excited. It's bumping. It's happening.
People getting ready for the tournament. Dope.
Yep. So yeah, it's seems like a good atmosphere. You see there are 3 young women running around, taking orders, talking to people. It looks like the entire staff here is female.
Nice.
It's like a Hooters.
Yeah.
I mean, not female in that sort, more just
Women run this place.
the business is also only owned by a woman. It's all yeah. It's
Nice.
they're not wearing sexy outfits.
I got that image too. Yeah. Hooters can be owned by women.
Yeah.
Probably not though. But
You definitely, Nymora, you and others would definitely notice people are into their cups and they are being hit on, and she's like, oh ho ho, and you see them tolerating some drunken touching and slapping, and she's like, oh you rascal, just
I love it. Spit in a cup. There you
yeah, a
go.
little bit,
Nice.
a little bit but yeah, you find out the owner of the thing, Marta Taverner. She's from a long line of taverners.
Mhm.
But Marta, she's very business-like. She, she's not into talking to anyone. The only time she's ever engaged in any conversation is when someone says like a toast to Robert or something about Robert or something about the Baratheon house. Then she's just like, well, hey, and like, she's
Fangirling
Every
everywhere.
hour
Got
on the
it.
hour, there's like for the king.
she's acting more like she's acting very much like a football fan of it, just like
Nice.
yep. So yeah, she seems very pro. And Henrik, are you still carrying that sword?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. She gives you a free drink.
Nice.
Has a stag on it. And
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have any other symbols in my house, so fuck yeah, let's go for it.
She goes, "Thank you for your service," and like gives you the.
Ooh.
That's good.
Oh gosh, I wouldn't know anything about swords at all, so never mind.
You do know something about swords. You poke
know
them
some
into
things.
somebody and
You're-
they die.
Is that what happens?
Yeah, you stick them with a pointy end, and usually they die. If you don't want them to fully die,
The
the
one
other
that
end works.
swing
So.
it.
That doesn't sound right. No.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough about
Anyways.
swords
No,
to dispute
no.
it.
Yeah, so there's lots of people talking. People kind of all around. What do you guys want to do? Lots of people are talking. All right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Get a
Yeah, mingle.
drink, sit somewhere that we can listen in to conversations a
Oh,
little bit.
Sure. You guys want to go? You guys want to find out what's going on?
Yeah, what's the hottest, latest news in the capital?
All right.
And aggressively pretend that we're not Weirlights.
Also, some
Cool.
occasional flirting with waitresses.
So if
but
you
that's
want to
just
find
me.
out rumors from people,
Mhm.
anyone can give me. Any and everyone can give me. I guess because they don't know who you are, an easy persuasion task.
Ooh.
By the way, easy means 3.
Okay.
Mhm.
10. Yeah, you'll get one.
Straight persuasion.
Nimora,
You get
yeah.
one. You get one.
Thorsten.
Don't go through at all.
Everybody gets
Hold
one.
on.
One,
Hold on.
2, 3,
And
4,
it's just
5.
flat persuasion.
Flat persuasion.
Okay, mine
So
didn't go
fine.
through, so let me try clicking it again.
A cute
There.
barmaid who's into
Nope.
Oh my god.
I am fending off men left and right.
me.
Actually, the men actually bow more to you. They're like, "My lady."
These are like more noble-esque and
Yeah.
a little. Mhm.
But they're
Um,
nobles, so they're just sort of like hovering just out of reach, just gazing
Probably
at you
a little
longingly.
scary.
All right, so that's. I mean, I think that's everyone, right? That's all 7 of you. All right. So
Yeah.
Tidrick, let's see. Let's see what
Vivian
what
gets
rumor
something
you
that's
get. Tidrick, please roll 2d6.
Oh, there's a system.
Yeah, there
There's
is.
a table.
This is the rumor table you were talking about.
Yep.
Consider.
Oh, there's a lot of
Boring.
good rumor.
All right. So you hear? Oh God! Wow, you hear almost the perfect one for you, teacher.
Of course he was
Wait,
cluing
so
for
you're talking to
this.
people. So teacher, you're talking to some couple because there's no like individual places that you really have to spread your guys' self out, and you're like, oh, you know what? What's the rumor on thing? And people are talking back and forth, and you hear this rumor. This man, he goes, this Reuben Piper, traveling with House Dannet, has been a wealthy merchant, of course, the betrothed of Iris Dannet. And at least he was, of course. I heard she disappeared.
Wait, who
I
disappeared?
was like, yep, of course. If I was promised to that fat old man, I would disappear too. And he just everyone's laughing.
And who did he say was the one?
Reuben Piper. If you want to make a status test, you can try to find out who that is. 17. Yeah, Reuben Piper is not a noble.
Oh no!
Reuben Piper is a merchant.
Oh my god, are the Dannets fucking broke? That's the only reason why you marry a merchant. Oh God, I'm sorry. I'll be quiet.
Wow, way to go, teacher! You got the one. I was like, I wonder if they'll get this one.
Someone gets it. Someone
Immediately.
did. Thank God.
Jesse has found a notepad.
Oh,
This is
Lord.
one worthy of
I found
writing.
my notepad.
All right, Nymora, please roll 2d6.
Okay. Oh, please. 4 and a 6.
All right. Did you hear all the new hullabaloo? The trouble brewing. The trouble brewing between House Dannet and House Weirlight. Mark my words. Not the usual sort of trouble, mind, but possibly open war, depending on what the king chooses to do about the attack on House Dannet's people and lands. He seems to be cracking down on that sort of thing, so look, it definitely seems like he'll probably have the crown's backing. Robert does right by the people, doesn't he? And people are like,
Way!
and then he also says to you quietly, I actually don't really care much for the king, but you get free drinks around here when you scream shit like that.
Play the system.
Oh God.
All right.
Oh, that's great.
I love this bar so much. This tavern is great.
Thorsten.
Thank you. All right.
Best tavern.
Thorsten, please roll 2d6.
Yes. 8. Excellent 2.
All right. So you hear it goes, oh yeah, I heard this tenant's drawing all kinds of people. A small group of Night's Watch rode through here on the way to the tournament. Not to take part, mind, but to collect volunteers to return to the wall. They circle the doings of honest men like crows looking to pick the meat off the bones of the dead, that lot.
To recruit for the war.
The wall, yeah.
The wall.
The wall. I think you said war.
No. The wall. It's the Night's Watch. All right. Henrik, 2d6, please.
Oh, good Lord. Okay.
You got this, boy.
Hey.
Well,
Yeah.
it could be a
Alright.
different thing. We don't know if it's the right one.
Dice gods have spoken.
Yeah, it's a different thing.
Oh, shit.
That's great.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
because it's
two and-
reversed. Yeah,
Right, it's a
because
two
it's
and a
2-1.
Yeah, it's
Teacher
probably.
got
That's cool.
1-2, yeah.
Who organized them by like each roll? That's so cool.
So he goes, hey, they're talking about night stuff. He goes, hey, you know what I hear? I hear the Fox Knight has been spotted north of here along the King's Road. He's never come so far north before, though I've yet to hear he's robbed anyone along the road, though. Hear about the Fox Knight. All right, Clarissa.
Yeah, I guess I'm doing it.
Ugh. Pardon me for my coughing tonight. I'm not feeling good. All right,
You're fine. Don't worry
Don't
about
die
it.
on us.
right.
Yeah,
So,
just don't die and we're good.
so he goes, Avexia, did you hear? A force of soldiers from House Weirlight invaded the lands of House Dannet, and brave Dannet soldiers led by young Adam Dannet repelled the despicable louts, but not before House Weirlight forces burned and looted several small, defenseless farming villages. Adam Dannet's traveling to the capital with a shield as evidence. The hand of House Weirlight soldier who carried it still in it.
Great.
This.
Yeah, all right. Vivian.
2d6.
Yep.
Get it. Oof.
All right. Like, do you hear? Sir Nathan Lugas will be taking part in the tournament. He's still single, you know, unlike his sister. He's yet to wed. Sir Nathan is a capable knight, though he's hardly a favorite in the list.
Sir Nathan Lugas is the one who's not married?
Yeah, he's not married.
Okay.
Brother, presumably, of Orton Lucas?
Yeah, that's Orton's older brother.
I figured. They have a sister.
Yep, apparently. And she
And
is
She's married.
married.
Yep.
And
Gordon married? We never asked.
we never ask and we don't know. Participating in the tournament. Okay. Sorry, I'm writing notes.
Absolutely. And Mariella.
2d6.
Doubles.
Did you hear? Marita Lugas is engaged to Langley Woods. Like,
Nice.
it'll be formally announced at the tournament. Langley's nervous, and rightly so, since the mysterious deaths of Marita's last 2 husbands.
Oh,
They call her the Black Widow. Of course, the world will hardly do poorer for one less. Oh, less woods in it.
Shit.
Oh boy.
I'm uncomfortable.
I could do this for the next hour.
Right?
Yeah.
This is Clarissa's game. You kidding me?
Give
Just
us all
stay
the
here for an extra
interesting-
day and just hear the shit people are saying.
I have a lot of them.
So what was her first name again?
Marita.
Marita Lucas.
Yeah, Nathan and Marita. And she's set to wed Langley Woods.
How old is she? Do we know?
Marita?
Yeah.
I don't think you rightly necessarily know the
That's
exact
fair.
age.
Mhm.
She's an adult
Mhm.
age range, you know, anywhere from 18 to.
And 2 dead husbands.
Yep.
Known as the Black Widow. I'm just
Fancy
gonna
that.
say. Oh.
But
It's
apparently, people were like, who cares if a Woods dies?
Ouch.
I'm glad she puts herself out there. I say wide-eyed and terrified.
Slowly back away.
Huh? Oh, I spelled Nathan right. I'm proud of myself.
Yep. Sir Nathan Lugas and his sister Marita Lugas. All right. Well, those are some of the rumors. You over here.
Interesting. All right.
Christian, do we tell one another about this?
Yeah, if you guys want.
Mhm.
I'll for sure let, if no one else knows, that
Convene, so I heard some shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess everyone's like, hey, I found out some interesting information, and then Diedrich just steps forth.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Does-
that
does
shocked
he
me the most.
share?
Like, what
It's hilarious. That was the first rumor we heard.
That's great.
Jesus.
Gold. Straight gold.
Woof.
But does he share?
Out of the ears of the rest of them, yeah.
Yeah. I for sure share because Clarissa can hear and see almost anything, and I want her to tell me everything. So,
I would tell Clarissa just it might not be a bad idea to try and start a few rumors of our own, considering how many people are saying that the Weirlights are bloodthirsty baby killers.
Nymora, I know you talked about having a political, stepping into the political realm a little bit, but this is far more than I could have ever imagined.
I'm not going to be doing it. I don't talk to people.
No,
Sparkle
but
and
the
Claire
idea
is
is
on
enough.
I stab them, but
Yes.
okay.
I
people
will
are
float
going to
the idea to
yeah.
the lady. Lady
Also,
Vivian,
sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I will repeat Nymora's suggestions. Would you like me to start some counter talk? about the Weirlights and the Danets?
I think you should more counteract it. There are bandits, more bandits accosting the King's Road with shields of fallen houses. Try to stir up more the deniability of this being actually real.
So don't just say, no, no, they're the coolest. They're the coolest
Yeah.
people. They wouldn't do that.
Like,
we wouldn't do that.
Some doubt,
Yeah.
I guess, in the party.
So yeah, for
Or
sure.
yeah.
We found a shield of an old dead house. People pick up shields all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, that
yeah.
kind of putting, start crumbling this evidence that we're gonna have to fucking deal with. God damn Adam and his goddamn big mouth. I'm sorry, I'm cursing so much.
You're good.
I do have the question.
Well, apparently people just kept asking him why he was so fucking upset, and he was just like, because!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I get it. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's okay. Did Clarissa or Thorsten bring up the concept of sending a raven to Cedric at all? Back to the house, with what
Oh, I
What was
don't think we ever talked
generally
about
found?
No, we didn't.
it, just because they
Okay.
went to sleep.
No, that's cool. I just wanted to see whether or not that cropped up. If it didn't, it didn't.
Well-
It's fine.
I think Clarissa would also say to the Lord and Lady, there is something that we should talk about. A small council meeting, I suppose. Just very quickly, there's information that I believe you need to be aware of before we get to King's Landing.
Mm-hmm.
Very well.
Perfect. And then I will start talking to people and talking about kind of combining all the rumors together. I'll talk about the shield we found connected to the connection to the
Yeah.
Fox Knight and all that kind of stuff, and kind of regurgitate what Vivian asked me to.
You mentioned the Fox Knight.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh God.
That one.
Rumors we
face.
found, so,
He's already in a rumor.
Excellent. Good work.
Yeah.
So if you could roll a deception check,
roll to start a rumor. Yeah. fine.
essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Well. Yes, people start. Jessica goes, no, I have heard there's been lots of bandit activity on the road. You think that some of them are you think they're deserters. Everyone's like, oh yeah, people loot battlefields all the time.
Mhm.
Someone does mention to you, Clarissa, and goes, well, the whole thing with the Danet's farms and people talking about that, Ham's been saying something about that. That the man over there. And you're seeing a man who's kind of at the bar. Though there are people near him, he's very much by himself. And he looks kind of like a sellsword. And he's drinking heavily. And you genuinely can't tell if it's from celebration or deep depression. It's
Maybe a little bit of both.
It might be both.
Big mood.
Say his name was Ham?
That's what the dude said.
Okay. Oof.
Very
I am out of wine.
That's a
Holy
move.
hog.
So,
Most Vivian
Clarissa, if
thing
you
I've said.
want to go talk to him,
Yes, but recalling the last time I had a conversation with a sellsword and he almost killed me, I'm going to.
I will also say you were basically alone in a tavern at night. You
That's
are
true.
currently in a huge room full of people.
You make a good point. So I'll just kind of look at Nymora. That's all. I don't have to talk to her. And then
All
I
right,
will go
alert.
over and talk. Yes, I will go over and talk to.
Her eyes are still
Ham.
pretty, Nymora.
They really are. I wish you would talk to me more.
Too many secrets.
We used to
Can't
be
talk.
so
Sorry.
close.
We used to be so close.
I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna have my drink, and I'm just gonna keep an eye on her,
Absolutely.
safe distance away.
Absolutely. Yeah, so you approach this guy, and he's just like, "That's right. Yep. No, I tell you straight and true. It's great." He's talking to some people near him, and they're like, "Okay," and then he kind of turns away from them.
Hello, good sir.
she kind of he turns and goes, well, hello. Like, nice to meet you.
It's very nice to meet you too.
Is it? That's good to know.
Looks down at himself. Looks back.
Yeah, basically.
I hear you might have more information about that Danet Weirlight situation.
No, I don't. Wait, hold on. Who'd you? And he just like drinks. He goes, well, I mean, like, and he seems like you've just immediately unkiltered him.
Best position to be in.
Yeah, he's just like, what? He's like, well, I think yes, I mean, a bit. I know about it. Yeah, no, I was doing things around there. But, you know, horrible things, those Weirlights, you know, doing those things. What's your name?
Clarissa.
I love your hair.
Oh, thank you. Most people do, you know.
Yeah, no, oh, God, are you a northerner? No, Riverlands.
Riverland. Yeah.
That's the one. I'm Hamish.
Oh, Hamish. I thought it was Ham. I'm kind of.
Well, I mean, that's what some of my buddies call him. I mean, I prefer Ham. Hamish just sounds like, I don't know, an old man or a goat herder or something. Like
a goat herder.
No, I'm Ham. You can call me Ham. You can call me Ham anytime.
All right. Would you?
I will warn you. I will be upfront and honest with you, my lady, because you look very pretty. That my second, what's it called? The second name?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, yeah, that one is Flowers.
Oh, I have please. You are a fascinating man to talk to. Would you like another drink? We can talk for a while longer.
Oh, well, yeah, I would, but you know what? I want to buy you a drink. You know, I think, you know, it's very sweet. I'll buy you a drink. A drink for the lady.
Perfect.
You know?
Yeah,
Do you want to engage Hamish into an intrigue?
I would.
Cool.
Very much so.
He has -1 dice because he's drunk.
Because he's drunk. Get him.
You gotta love getting that -1 for that liquid courage.
That liquid poison.
A liquid poison. Ow.
Up.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly? The person who told me to come to him, they said he's been talking about.
Yeah, there was just some patron. Like, oh yeah, he's been here like all day talking about some achievements. I know he mentioned something about that.
Okay. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure I had my facts straight.
Yeah.
Hamish Flowers. I wonder whose bastard he is.
He probably doesn't know.
Fair.
Yeah. So why don't you give me a status test?
It's in there.
Oh, it is? I didn't even
12.
see.
12.
Fantastic. I might shock you with what his status is. You know.
Yeah.
See. See it? Go on.
I'm ready to be shocked.
Hype it up.
It's either a
You're
1 or a
prepared.
6.
Oh.
It's a 1.
Oh, because he's a bastard, he gets minus for every status high. Oh, buddy.
Poor bastard.
This is a stacked deck against him.
Crush him.
I shall. Oh.
Yeah. So, what is your opening bid? This guy seems seemingly wanting to brag, and he's got money for sure, but he also seems sort of depressed and something else, maybe?
Sure. I'm gonna try and influence him. I want to see where he's at. I want to try and charm him.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
And your goal is to get information from him,
Information.
yes?
Yes.
Understood.
It's kind of
All
my
right.
default.
We'll go at him.
Oh, what? Me forgetting how to roll dice. There we go. 11.
That's 2 degrees of success.
Ooh. Poor boy.
Because he's drunk.
I'm sorry to do this to you.
He's
No,
drunk.
'cause- no, that is not because of his
He-
status.
Yeah, he gets a minus
Yeah.
dice because he's
Yeah.
a bastard talking to someone above him.
Yeah.
Oh, rough.
It's rough. So that's 2 degrees of success. What is your persuasion?
3.
Okay. He is amiable towards you. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. That
It's
was
gone,
Tony talking
forgotten.
out
Mhm.
loud.
What?
He's what?
Right. And so you said 3?
3.
Okay. So yeah, you definitely influence him a bit, and he's just like, what are you kind of saying? What's the kind of angle you're going?
I think she's gonna lean into the flirt a little bit. She's not
Okay.
trying to like seduce him, but I think she's
Right.
totally like, "Oh, thank you so much for the drink. I would love to hear these stories that you've been touting. They're so interesting to me." We'll go that way.
Yeah, he'll be like, "Oh, yes, no, I absolutely, me and a band of other sellswords, I think we pulled off some pretty amazing things, and I've been fighting all over for years and years and years now, and we did some just like puts his hand his head, like his mood is just like this.
What happened to this poor man?
All right, cool. So he yeah, he is going to try and
Flirt.
essentially, in fact, no, he's actually going to try and influence you.
Okay.
But he's not using seduction though. He's using convince. And he kind of looks at you. And with a 1.
Oh God.
Because he has 1 dice in this.
Oh, buddy.
That poor man.
This is why
he is
Nimora
going to get
doesn't do
mentally-
intrigues, guys.
He is going to get mentally destroyed.
Yeah, he's just like, when opportunity knocks, like when you go after a big opportunity, you have to take it, right? I mean, if you've got nothing, he's like changed the subject completely. He's pretty drunk.
This is very sad.
You gotta take it, right? Because but there's things, and that's it's good, right? He's just not making any sense. You just don't really know what he's saying,
Sure.
and you're just like, sure, yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Can it be my turn? Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay, great. I'm gonna like put my hand on his shoulder
Okay.
and I'll kind of lean into him and I'll be like, "Something seems to be weighing very, very heavily on you, good sir. What's the matter?" And kind of like give him a little shoulder rub.
I mean,
Comforting.
yeah. So, did you want to do charm or convince? Like that sounds more convince. Go for it. Like so, he seems. You're saying you realize he seems like he feels guilty about something.
Sure.
Yeah, and you're trying to convince him to tell his woes. Yeah, go for it.
10?
10. 2 degrees of success.
It's real rough for bastards and intrigues, guys. It
Oh.
really is.
Yeah, 2 degrees of success. So that's another chunk of damage to him. He's still hanging in there, but he's got a high will. But like he's just like, you all right? Yeah. Something has been weighing in mind, but I don't know if I should dwell on it. It's what if you I seem likable, right? Like I'm nice, yeah. Like he's just kind of going all over the place. He's like, I'm not, but no, I'm not. There's nothing. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Well, he got a 6. Good for him. Unfortunately, that is nowhere near your intrigue defense. He seems to be trying to be like, no, there's nothing
wrong with me.
Desperately trying to convince himself.
All right.
Oh,
I really want to take him out this next round.
Yeah. I mean, if you get another 10.
Okay. Well, that makes this decision easier. So I'm just going to try and convince him to talk again.
Yeah,
He's like, yes, of course. You seem like a very, very good man. I hate to see anybody in this state. But just, you can talk to me. I'm just some stranger.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go that way. See how it works. 11.
Yeah, that does it. So you basically trying to get him to explain his guilt.
Yes.
Just expiate it out of his body. Yeah. And he goes. He says it very quietly, and he's like, I killed men I knew, and but like. It was good. I got away with the fortune, like after this job, okay. I'll tell you. I got to tell someone. I can't. And he goes, Miss Clarissa, you know those. Everyone's been talking about the Dannets and the farm raids and all that business. It wasn't the Weirlights.
What?
It was the Fox Knight. He hired me and some of men I knew, and he just like looks down, and he's like, "You raided those villages, but it was brilliant. It's a brilliant tactic, political maneuver, and we got paid lots. But here's the thing: after we got back, he killed everyone else, so they wouldn't talk. But he spared me because I fought with the Targaryens. He thought I was a loyalist or something. Don't give a rat's ass about the Targaryens. So he let me keep all their money." And he then just like goes down crying, and then goes back to being like, "But I'm rich, Like, but he, and you know what else? You know what he told me before he left? You know what he told me? And this is the crazy thing. I heard. The Fox Knight. He told me something. He told me that he was hired by Alfric Dannet.
Oh,
No.
Dude, that's his own
No.
people, right?
Mm-mm.
that's terrible.
Mm-mm. That don't sound fucking right. Sorry, I'll be quiet.
It's crazy, right? And
This Fox Knight, where did he find you in a tavern?
Yeah, down the way. Dag's in.
Oh,
Me and a bunch of the others. They're dead now. I helped slit their throats. I didn't give a shit about them. I mean, I didn't even... We were just supposed to burn down towns. But the lads, they just went. They felt freedom, wearing another people's symbol. They felt like they just started killing people.
who gave you the symbols? Was it the Fox?
Fox Knight
He
did.
just had them.
He had a shield, one shield,
One shield.
and he gave it to us. We were supposed to carry it, and then drop it.
You should have never had to do that. And I know you took the job, and I know you agreed to it. And people can have all sorts of moral quandaries about that.
I was, kill a farmer, burn down a farm. I'm not a proud man, but they started killing just their families and just running them down, trampling them, and I just, when he said slit their throats, I didn't care. I got to keep all their shares. All because he thought I was a fucking loyalist. And he just starts laughing.
Just pawns in the game of these nobles, huh?
He nods.
I will leave you to.
Oh, I feel so much better saying it.
I'm so glad that I could help relieve your pain. I will leave you to your drink. Make sure you get some rest. I think you
I
probably
will.
need it.
God, I could say it again,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so nice. And he just he seems better.
I think she gets up from the stool and she turns around and there's just this look of aggression, she's pissed off. And she'll make eye contact with Nymora.
Yeah.
And she's gonna go find Thorsten. Kind of
You see him.
Gather people.
Yeah, you if you want to gather the rest, you can just be like
Yeah.
It's exactly.
They have a secret whistle they do.
Summon
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and
Press
maybe
triangle,
Quick,
open your
bird
menu.
sound!
Summon.
Speak with the rest.
summon
Yeah.
party member.
Called. Yeah.
I'll suggest that we all go upstairs to one of the rooms to speak because I have some dangerous information to discuss.
Mhm.
Sure.
I follow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you all are in the room.
Yep.
I believe I just found the missing link in our tragedies.
Mm-hmm.
I was just told a story by one of the men who was sent to attack the Danet lands, hired by the Fox Knight, who was apparently hired by Lord Danet.
What?
I do not know, my lady. He was deep in his cups, but he was haunted.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would he hire men to slaughter his own people? Is he that cruel? Does he hate... No. Continue, Clarissa.
There is another thing that
Mhm.
you should know. While you were away, the poppy fields were taken over by Weirlights. It was strange. We didn't know what was happening. But our problem was solved by two soldiers who came with Weirlight shields that we did not authorize. Cedric could not figure it out. It wasn't our men. But the problem was solved, and we had no issue any longer. He's still trying to figure it out at home now. But there is whispers about way deep. Thorsten can probably speak on it better than I. Nero remembers kind of the beginning of this feud with the Danets about a field, a crop that the Weirlights said had poisoned and sickened much of their villagers, and killed a number of people. And it is that is what I know, my lady. That is what I am able to tell you now as we journey back into this conflict.
I'm just kind of looking at Clarissa, just like kind of incredulous. It's like, she never told me any of this.
Why would they solve the problem to just create another? That doesn't make any sense.
Throw us
Teacher.
off guard.
What would be the
I
point?
think they're trying to make this play for the king to see it in their favor.
What?
And just get rid of us.
But why murder their own people?
They say that we did it, then they have a reason to declare open war.
Yes.
No, they wouldn't just declare war. You told me about Alfric. He's raised by your father. He would just declare war. He wouldn't go through all of this just to be a...
Maybe he's gone mad.
We're
Or
assuming
there's
that
something
the
to
fox...
be gained
That-
through deception.
Madness is not clever. Madness is impulsive and emotional. Madness is...
And why would he send his son?
where... We can just figure that out on... We need... His name is Hamish, correct?
Hamish Flowers, ma'am.
He needs to be sobered and he needs to come with us.
Micah kind of speaks up in the room. He goes, "Shall I arrest him, my lady?"
That's they don't even know.
I
they're
want
Weirlights.
him to testify. I
He
don't.
goes,
It would.
You did say he admitted guilt in a crime of murder.
He did.
We have very much in our right to arrest him. We can't hang him or anything.
I don't-
Not our lads, but I could go detain him if you wish.
Wait,
Showing-
wait.
Showing that we're Weirlight, though, might cause a lot of animosity.
Well, he goes, well, I of course wouldn't reveal we work for the Weirlights, though.
But if the Weirlights bring in a man to the king to profess what he knows,
Well, I imagine we're not going to lie to the king, my lord.
No.
the thing is, though, wouldn't it be a tad bit too convenient?
So, Tetrick, no,
No.
because if they literally,
Not at all.
I'll be honest right now. This is the witness that will clear your name, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
If
I
our
get
defense,
that.
if we're
but
against
if we're
a
the
guy
ones
with a
to bring
shield,
him in, we could have done something to him to make him confess this.
I'm just saying that's a weird.
I'm just saying that's a way to look
This
at
isn't
it.
Law and Order.
Yeah, this
They'll have,
this
like,
is
coercion
medieval
with
justice.
our
justice.
Seriously, how we
witness.
going on
We'll be
this
like,
stuff,
hey,
okay?
no, like.
That's why Serena's
I would more say that there's no one else to bring him in, and if he does, then there's no guarantee why you could bring him up to testify, right? But if you had him,
Yeah.
that's not weird, by the way. You're noble. It's like, hey,
Okay.
Yeah, if this was if this was like another noble, and we were like, "This is the
Yes.
killer," and we'd be
If
like,
this is another. Yeah.
Like, what? Like,
this
does
is
he have a
a
spell sword?
this is a guilty self.
Yeah. Yeah. I want him as evidence.
Yeah. I was just being the devil's advocate.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, Micah was like, my lady, my lord, do you want me to go arrest him? Keep him under guard.
Under guard, I think would be very well.
I swear I won't scream to the tavern I'm here to arrest him.
Teodric, the final's the decision falls to you.
Yes, my lord.
Be on it.
Right away, my lord. Jean goes, right. Like,
Yeah, Jean.
my lord, I think, my lord, may I make a bit of a scene?
Of course.
Oh,
Do it as
no.
you see fit.
As
He
I
smiles,
turn to
thank you.
them, I reach
Oh.
I reach into my bag and I hand him a little bit of a sedative if he gets too rowdy.
And he goes, what do I do with it?
He's pretty inebriated. I think
What's
he'll be
this?
okay.
Make him eat
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Make him eat it? I could do that.
I mean, Thorsten, based on the way that he was acting, I don't think it's really
I
going to
don't
be
think that's
necessary.
necessary.
But
think if-
he might be coming out of the drunken stupor later and start to struggle.
Sure.
I think if you give him any more sedative, he's just going to die.
That's why I said if you
He's got it. So
I,
they go downstairs.
I
Yes,
don't.
Mariella.
it's one of those, like, we could watch him and literally when he's leaving, then that's when Mika and John could, like, swoop in and get him. So then there is not a huge frickin' scene.
I think he'll be
It's
okay.
just like-
Well, I will say he's not leaving.
Okay.
We don't know when he's going.
He doesn't
He's
seem to
rich,
be leaving
and he
anytime
lives
soon.
here.
Here's
Yeah,
the
We're
thing.
going
He's-
tomorrow.
like,
so-
I will say he's been here for a week.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
people
He's-
the last guy we didn't want to question left
No,
in
no,
the
no, no.
middle of
I
the
get
night.
that, but, like, we didn't have somebody, like, actually physically eyes on that person.
No.
He's flush
Well,
with
now we
murder,
do.
money,
Like,
and depression. He's
if
not
we
going
arrest him,
anywhere.
we'll have eyes on him. Then we'll have someone guarding
Yeah.
him, make sure he's.
But
Here's the thing. It's like I said, it's Teacher's final decision because he's Lord of the House. So
Yeah, no,
Mhm,
I
that's fair.
totally get it.
It's a good point.
I think something
Yeah.
Mariella would probably bring up when they have gone down.
Sure.
As my mother said, it doesn't seem, from what we know of Lord Alfric, this is generally what he would do. Is it possible that this Fox Knight lied?
It is. Because why would he tell this man something like that unless he expected him to be caught?
he believes him to be. I mean, Clarissa said that the Fox Knight is a Targaryen loyalist. If another, I mean,
I think
To
that
be-
might be more, if we bring this Hamish forward in front of our Lord, that's what we necessarily do rather than point a finger at the Danets. That someone is causing strife in that fashion.
I
Real
think we
quick,
should find. We heard. Get going.
Anthony,
Yes, my lord.
were not me and the Danets in the war against the Targaryens?
Technically,
With the Targaryens.
yes.
With the Targaryens.
Yeah, you allied with Targaryens,
Yeah, both of you did.
but
Yeah.
you guys have
But
done the noble thing and
your-
acknowledged Robert.
Well, here, yeah. That whole happened. Basically, you fought on the losing side of rebellion, but Robert pardoned everyone, because he's like, and now we're all friends. You know, it wasn't the worst thing. The Targaryens, while you were loyal to them, they were insane.
Mhm.
Like they were insane with incest and bloodlust. But
And fire.
you do know that your house suffered almost no real impact from the war, while the Danets got fucking ravaged by the rebellion army.
They're goddamn broke. Right. I think what is important here is that didn't we hear that the Fox Knight was spotted north of here?
It said the rumor said that Henrik overheard. I believe it was that this was as far north as he's come.
Yes.
Yeah. Also heard that
Right.
he wasn't attacking anyone, although that could have been a lie. Or
They said that
No,
he's been spotted, but no,
Yeah.
but he hasn't heard of him
Nope.
robbing anyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what. That's
And that
what
this
lie.
is the
No one has
farthest
claimed
north.
I was robbed by the Fox Knight.
Hmm.
Right.
Perhaps we should keep an eye
Well,
out.
that's
If
why he
we
hired the men.
if we can capture the Fox Knight, we can for sure be able to interrogate him to see if Alfred Dennett did this. Then we can see whether or not we should point the fingers at the Dennets or not. But at the very least, this Hamish can clear our names of being responsible. We are not at all responsible for this.
Yes.
Whether or not the Dannets are involved
You
is
suddenly
another
hear
matter.
like a like some noises, and then you hear a a resounding "Hey, Baratheon!"
There's John.
Oh, so that's the scene.
Right.
It's all we have. I will continue, unless there is anything more you need of me, my lady. I will continue to keep her out downstairs. Not for anything else. But
All right.
you will know where to find me, and I will head back downstairs.
Cool. So as people go back downstairs and whatnot, go back to fishing. John is outside in the stables with his men. Hamish is there with him, seemingly confused and not knowing what's going on. If any of you talk to John, John will say, "I decked him right in his fucking face.
Thanks, John.
When people looked at me, I said he was a Targaryen loyalist."
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh,
We love John.
that's why we like John.
yep.
So yeah. Do any of you like talk to Hamish after that? Of like,
to.
yeah, you want to talk to him? Might be good to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Sure.
I actually would too. Could I tag along? Or,
Yeah. You both are there, mother and son.
oh, we don't get to spend enough time together.
Except when I'm getting yelled at or indulged.
Yeah.
Vivian's like, we have the rest of our fucking lives to spend together.
Right. I'm living in the house you're gonna rule. Calm down.
Right. I'm just saying we should interrogate people more often. It feels like a good bonding moment for us.
Okay, don't get sentimental. Come on now.
Right. All right, I'm ready. Let's go.
I reserve this for your sister.
Mhm.
Yep.
Right. So I definitely, my goal is to see if the conversation Hamish just had with the Fox Knight, if he's described Alfred Dannett to him.
Was I?
Because I know what Alfred Dannett looks like.
Yeah.
In their with Hamish's conversation
no.
with.
No, he just
No.
said the Fox Knight told me that Alfred Dannett hired him.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have any other information.
He never met Alfred Dannett. This guy doesn't
Okay.
know who Alfred Dannett
Right.
is.
Okay. I didn't know if the Fox Knight had described it or not. Okay. But yeah, my next thing would be did he tell you of any other plans, like towards King's Landing or
No,
north of here?
he didn't say anything. Why? Wait, how do you know about it? He's acting like why he's here. Do you inform him?
Oh yeah. It's like I understand, like that you were burdened with guilt on your soul, and I would like to provide an opportunity for you to lift that burden. I'm going to be honest with you, Hamish. As there's not a chair here, but I'm just
No.
like regal addressing. I am Vivian Weirlight,
Mm-hmm.
and the crimes
I
that
feel lied.
you have committed against my family and our household are egregious. But if you were to speak honestly before those who would tarnish our name and reputation
Who?
against
Who do you want me to talk to?
well, as the events pass, most likely King's Landing.
But who?
Before Robert
You-
Baratheon.
Oh, the king. Okay, it seems like your flowery language.
Right.
He has not
I understand.
understood most of what you said. He's like, "What?
Gotcha.
What?"
Okay, yeah, he's like super drunk. Okay.
Dumb down.
He's very drunk and
don't-
incredibly lowborn.
Understood. I don't know how to talk down. I don't know how
That
to
makes
dumb
sense,
my
right? Vivian
speech
is
down.
like, "This is my vocabulary," and he's like, "What do those words mean?"
I'll try to translate.
That-
That's like,
that
mm,
five
like,
in
you're
language
gonna be
is
held
biting you in
accountable
the
for your
ass.
actions.
Mhm.
You just speak in front of
Yeah.
the king, telling him the truth.
Yeah.
Translate into common tongue.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you just give me a very low DC persuade convince?
Okay.
Oh God.
Destroy him.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you crit. That's. Hold on.
God.
No, for sure crit, but that's like. Hold on. 4 degrees of success? Yeah.
Mhm.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's like, I'll do it. I'll stand up in court. I'll say what I did. It wasn't right. I'm gonna hang on. No, I could go to the wall. Oh God, I hate the cold, but I don't like dying. Oh.
That will be for His Majesty and the Lord you have offended to decide.
Okay, that's of course. I don't know how it works. Oh, there's no girls at the wall, are there?
They're not.
Then again, boys aren't so bad.
Right. Anyway, turning
Okay.
to John is like the captain of all
Yeah,
of
he's the
everybody.
leader of your guards here. Yeah.
Right. So
Promotion.
yeah,
Oh yeah, forgot that.
John, whoever is watching him, I want to ensure that he.
Oh, we're all watching him.
Good. I want nothing. I want him to arrive in King's Landing and present himself before Robert Baratheon alive and well.
Of course.
Perhaps a bit more sober and less
We won't let him drink, my lady.
understood. Thank you.
He goes, lady, Weirlight.
Yes.
And he goes, thank you for not just killing me in the street like a dog. Thank you for allowing me to atone. I don't think anyone of my status ever get that chance.
The Seven teaches us to forgive.
That's nice.
I'm just gonna walk away.
All right, yeah. And then he looks over at you and goes, are you a girl? He's very drunk.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, too many
in his mind, she
flashbacks
could be.
come around. Sleep. Yeah. I'll dignify that.
Oh
Mhm.
man.
John, everyone else snickering. Fuck
Mhm.
this.
Yeah, John goes, he audibly laughs.
God damn it.
Glad I wasn't there.
John laughs. You do see Micah just punch him in the back of the head.
Good boy, Micah.
Oh man.
John getting replaced by Micah as my new favorite now. Oh no.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, so there's obviously more talk and merriment to have, and all that good stuff. It seems the house is more determined now. Maybe picked up spirits a little bit. Found out a significant amount of information.
Mhm.
And the night goes on well. Some people, if you wish to drink, you drink and you eat well. Talk with nobles, socialize. No one asks what your house is, and no one's saying names. They're just talking. People are just talking.
Well,
Awesome.
You know.
Good.
It's a cool frat house. No one really needs
Mhm.
names by tomorrow. We're fine.
Yeah. Someone calls for the Stag Head Challenge.
Fuck yeah.
And this guy literally drinks some alcohol out of a hollowed stag skull.
Oh,
I'm so tempted to do it now, but I don't.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, okay, just like,
Damn.
Go for it, Henrik.
What's my constitution here? I'm gonna drinking alcohol.
Endurance.
Endurance.
Yeah,
I'm not a fucking girl. God damn it! I can do this shit.
endurance. It would be endurance drinking
Yeah.
if you have it.
Maybe not. I'll get into a mild drinking competition with someone. I feel like my pride needs to be restored after that. And
Sure.
endurance.
You can
Okay.
you can roll endurance.
Okay, here we go.
TN6. Okay, what'd you
Oh,
get? 8?
bitch.
Yeah, you do it.
Yeah. All right.
Man,
Man.
whoa! Hard difficulty is 9. Like that's a good roll, actually.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
just with all the 22s and 31s, it feels like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
train here.
Yeah, you get in a drinking contest. You do very well. It's less people notice who wins or loses, and it's more just everyone has a good time.
That's nice. Yeah.
So you find your sleeps. Everyone's kind of crammed into some rooms. Some people are outside. All that good stuff. You awaken. You eat breakfast. You get ready for the day. Hamish is still there.
Thank God.
All of your men are still there. No one's
Good.
murdered in the night.
Mm-hmm.
We need him.
I would hope not this close to King's Landing.
Crazy things have happened.
Crazier things have happened.
Can I ask a sober Hamish a quick question?
Sure.
I want to try and get a timeline to see if
Absolutely.
where that shield went, like what time.
He's like dropped it. Like they dropped it in a field.
Sure, but like when did they attack? And is it possible that before they attacked, it could have been the same people who helped us?
So timeline-wise, no, it would be impossible.
Okay.
It happened nearly simultaneously, from what you understand.
Yeah, with the
Oh,
distance
perfect.
between the lands, that wouldn't be possible.
Yeah, it would be impossible.
Okay. That's all
Uh,
I needed from him.
Yeah, it would have just been a few days before Adam showed up,
Mm-hmm.
So makes sense.
Perfect.
But before you leave, a man sort of approaches you, Tedric, and he goes, "Excuse me, sir." He's man near your age, probably a little younger. He is a comically over-the-size stuffed backpack, like literally well above his head.
How
Pot
may I help you?
hands. He goes, "Excuse me, my lord. My name is Rog Thanders, and I am a traveling merchant. I was actually on my way to the capital myself, and I noticed you all going there. You mentioned going to the tournament. I'm wondering if I might travel with you. Everyone's been talking about the Fox Night and bandits and murders, and I'm quite nervous. I was like, mind if I just walk beside and travel with? And I have tales. I've been all over Westeros. I could be quite entertaining."
What would I roll to see if he's being how would I insight?
Awareness, empathy.
Eight.
8. Oh yeah. That is a degree of success. This is his name is Rog Thanders. He is a merchant. He's very nervous about hearing all of the talk of murder and death on the road. He sees you are well armored, and he said he actually talked Thorsten. You actually talked to this man. He's been to the Citadel, and he had a book for sale. And he's like, "You're like a book, you say?" It was one you already had, so you're like, "Oh well, fucking." But yeah, he's like, when you like, what kind of wares do you have? And he's like, I have frying pans and skinning knives and like, just like very useless, mundane things that like the help would use. Oh yeah, from what you can see, Teacher, this is an honest, good, forthright, God-fearing man who is
Just scared for
hoping that you.
Married man.
Seven-fearing man, yeah. That you would hoping that you allow him to travel near your well-armored group, and he's willing to chat with you and exchange stories and, things like that.
Very cool.
All right. Yes, you may travel with us.
Thank you, my lord. I think excited to see the capital once again. I think the last time I saw the capital, then he kind of like goes into an anecdote.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We got him monologuing.
So
Damn it! I always do it.
currently, how the men are transporting Hamish is he's basically like, though he has agreed, he is currently like has his hands tied, walking alongside Jean on his horse, essentially.
Okay.
And that's basically how he's being transported. John isn't like, you do notice John is occasionally like maybe being a little rough with him because John doesn't like this guy. Or
He's
Insulted the house I serve.
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, in John's eyes, he impersonated him, right?
fair. Yeah, that's personal.
I see. Yeah, he's mad.
But
One
because
of our men.
you weren't obvious, and the fact that he has agreed, he's not doing much, but he occasionally cuts on him. But Hamish is just sort of walking pretty,
solemn.
yeah, solemnly. But he's not like, he doesn't look like a tortured prisoner. He's just like
Depressed.
yeah. So you guys walking, knowing you'll by dusk reach the gate of the gods and reach King's Landing. And when you're about halfway there down the road, like the sky has become still clouds in the eye, but much more bright. It's a fine day, and then an arrow shoots out of
No.
We were so close.
and hits Hamish in his eye, and goes. Then two men run out of the brush, screaming, "For the 15! For the Danits!"
I swear to the 7, if we don't capture these ones alive, I'm going to rip out my own hair.
I was gonna say I would have him riding in the supply wagon.
I described what was happening, and anyone could have changed it.
I know.
Fair.
I heard it. We should have said something.
It's fine. We're here now. He's
And I should
dead.
have known that you were gonna do something.
Maybe.
We have
Maybe
Thorsten with
he's
crazy healing abilities.
He
Okay.
said an eye, and he said he went down. He didn't describe a dead body yet, so we
Right.
don't know.
Hey, people can
Okay.
get shot in the eye and live.
We have
This is
Nymora
true,
I
but
don't know
backup.
how deep that
It's
shot was.
People have had
Thorsten about
gunshots
to-
to the head and live.
Is Thorsten about to do a healing check with people coming up, swinging swords and
We
shooting
have
arrows
combat
right now?
crew.
You got a damn good
I
maester
will
and
say-
combat crew now up to full health, guys. Woo.
Guys.
Yeah.
Well, I would say, dude, roll real good.
Yeah.
Real good.
Yeah, so.
Would this be?
I also probably have.
I have to diagnose, or is this technically a treat injury now?
Well, there's some pressing matters at the moment.
People coming at us.
I
What?
will say neither of them are wearing armor. They are just in clothes, and they are wielding clubs.
God, these are little farm boys.
We don't see the person with the
Okay.
bow. We don't see the person
There
with
are
the bow.
also two of them.
Either of them.
Someone
either of
shot him
them-
with an arrow?
Yeah.
Which means there's a third.
Myself, the combat crew could do this before I have a migraine and just ruin the stream.
Are we fighting them now?
Yes.
Okay, alright. I need to know. Let's
I
go.
wasn't sure if that's what you were going to lose.
Yeah, I thought it was a cliffhanger, and I was like, let's go. Alright, let's do this.
All right. Quickness, please.
Oh.
Oh, you want me to do it too? Because I'm gonna go run to kill him.
Uh,
I
So
am good at rolling 13s on my quickness.
this initiative is only for combat purposes.
Okay.
Quickness hasn't been good this time. I wonder what's up.
All right. Great. Okay. Naimora, you're first. These men are charging you on foot with clubs, screaming for the 15, and the other one says, the Danets.
Do either of them have bows?
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna go looking for the one who has the bow.
Please make an awareness perception check.
Yeah.
Awareness sight. See?
Aren't our like house sigils and everything still
10.
covered?
They are.
Huh. Okay.
They might just be thinking we're another group of
You
people.
see no one but these two.
Mm.
You don't even see a hint or a movement or a draw.
Okay.
You have failed your roll. I
I'm aware.
Okay.
Then I guess just try and deal with things that are in front of me. So just, I'm going to try and, in as non-lethal a manner as possible, I am going to, how close are they to us? Are
So
they?
you would have to move to them.
Yeah. Okay.
It would be a maneuver to look around and then a maneuver to just engage them.
Mhm.
Do you want to do that?
So yeah, so I'm just gonna engage
Yeah,
the
you're
nearest
right up. Very nice. All right. Let's see here.
We both got 13.
Yeah, you just rolled the exact same roll.
Hey,
All right.
you know.
Which one do you want to go first? Actually, roll off.
It's a roll off.
Does
Both
Cedric
roll
has
one
quickness
d6.
too?
Yeah, they both have quickness.
Yeah.
The exact same amount. I said roll a d6. I said roll a d6.
Okay.
Getting
Oh
set
my
roll off.
god.
You said roll quickness and
I
a
said
roll off.
roll.
That's what we
No.
did.
I
No,
said
no.
roll off. Roll the d6.
I
Yeah,
asked
you cut
if
out when you.
I had asked if Cedric had quickness, and he said yes.
They both have one dot. They rolled literally the exact roll.
Twice.
Both
yeah.
times.
Blast.
Cedric got a 2.
Okay.
Get a 2. Darn it.
All right, Henrik, you're first.
It would have been funny if I rolled a 2, though. Anyway, yeah. Ooh, I don't know how far away they are, but if we see them, I guess could I?
You can engage them with a minor action.
Okay. But I don't want to hurt these guys. They're like they're with clubs. Could I just move to like disarm one of them?
You want to try and disarm one? So
Yeah.
I believe disarm is a greater action, is it not?
Says it is greater. Oh, I guess
Yeah.
I'm gonna do. All right. Good point. Can I try to knock him down then? To lesser, I think. A knockdown.
Knockdown? Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to do that. Let's see. Athletics
So a knockdown. Here we go. Yeah, knockdown. Athletics versus passive agility. All right, cool.
test. Athletics. Here we go.
Make an athletics test.
Okay.
What'd you get? 11.
Mm.
Agility, passive agility. Yes, you do it. All right. All right, cool. So he is now on the ground.
And I don't know if I get to do this, but I'm just like, sword to. I was like,
Well, you're on a horse and he's on the ground.
oh, okay, right. I have
Your sword would
someone
be
horse. Sorry,
like
I'm in
4
this image.
feet from him.
I'm
Yeah, you
just
basically
like,
walked up and butted him with your horse, and he was just like,
oh man.
"Ah."
Hey,
All right.
It's just a
Teacher.
man in clothes, guys.
I want to kill him.
Just clothes.
All right, I will, I guess, move up on my horse and knock down the other guy.
All right. Make that
Down,
athletics
Tom.
roll.
Athletics. It's coming. It's coming. Would strength go into this?
It's just an athletics. Like,
It's just your athletics roll.
Okay, just asking.
Mm-hmm. All right. 14. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you boom, right on the ground. All right. After you go... Oh. Let's see here.
7 dice.
You see another arrow shoot from almost nowhere, and you see it hit Lyric through the throat. He goes, Lyric! And he falls off his horse, and he's just holding his throat as blood is going everywhere.
They got Lyric and the larynx. No. Oh.
God, can us like?
I had to.
Can
All right.
we from the carriage like see anything?
You definitely hear shit, and your windows are open, so you can like pop your head out. And I will say, Mariella, Vivian, you see Lyric. He's right next to the carriage. He falls down, and blood splashes.
Can I see where it came from? I'm not in combat, so I can.
You are not in combat at the moment. You're just like,
Yeah.
what? How?
Yes.
All right. It is these two. One of them is on his butt. Basically
It's on the ground.
on the ground. He's gonna use. All right. Yeah. So yeah, he's going to use. Lesser action to get up, which means Henrik, you get a free attack on him if you wish.
Just knock him back down again.
It can't be a knockdown. It has to just be like an attack.
Is this? I don't know.
You can do it non-lethally if you want.
I was like, can this work on like D&D logic? D&D logic?
Yeah.
Just like.
So you can hit him with the pommel of your blade.
I'd like to do that.
The
Yeah.
only thing is you can't use long blades to do it.
Okay.
I thought it was a
Oh,
greater
I-
action to stand up.
It is a greater action to stand up if you don't want to get attacked while doing it.
Mm.
Oh.
You can use a lesser action to stand up, but anyone near you gets a free attack.
Mhm.
Okay. I don't have. Oh gosh, I only have long swords.
It would just be fighting.
Okay, thank you. I'll just take that.
Kick him.
I'm doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, you for sure hit him.
Lay down. Damn it.
Yeah, that's 2 degrees of success. So that would be your 6. So yeah, his bell looks real wrung from that. He's just like, oh god. Yeah, he tries to swing at you. Let's see here. Nope.
Oh.
Nope. Can't do anything. He's just like, nah. And he just like swings super wide, and you're like,
He's
what is
trying.
doing?
Offense to that name, by the way. God damn it.
What's his name?
All right.
All
right.
Fantastic. All right. The other one.
Is mine going to be named Ted?
No.
One day we'll get someone like that, though.
And then they'll talk.
No, this one's Rick. All right. Jump.
Hold on. What was it? I'm an idiot.
No, you're not. Don't lie.
Don't lie. Oh, you're sweet. Teacher
Yes.
and Nymora.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting up. You both get free attacks.
I'm going to hit him in the face.
Kirk.
So it would just be
Just-
straight
Mhm.
fighting.
Just fighting.
Yep.
Oh, probably want to adjust my numbers.
Yeah, you would just roll. You wouldn't use your weapon. It would just be straight fighting.
Yeah, it was still up at 6.
Oh, right, because of the thing.
Oh no, it's just straight fighting.
Oh no. Nymora, where'd
Yeah.
it go?
basically, he gets up, Nymora kicks him and falls back, and Diedrich just conks him on the head, and he goes, just immediately unconscious. So that's the whole thing. It was it's at this point that kind of a round goes by where Henrik, you've kind of put a blade to him, and the guy up, and he's like looking around, and the other guy's unconscious for at least a little bit. And some people, men are drawing swords, moving forward, but basically a round goes by and no more arrows come through.
He fucking bolted.
So Nymora, I know you were still looking for him.
Mm-hmm.
So
Can I at least know the direction the arrow came from?
If you want to try and see something, it's an awareness test, and we'll see if you saw it well enough.
Can I try that too? I don't know.
You absolutely
No.
can.
What I was
Okay, then I can too.
Unfortunately, the TN was lower, but not that low.
I have bad awareness, but I'll try.
All right, Henrik and Nymora, you're really not sure. Tiedrick, however, you do know which direction the arrow came from. It was from a copse of trees about 30, 40 yards off the road.
I coax my horse and I go bolting after it.
Mhm.
All right, absolutely.
Follow.
You all can turn and follow there. The men secure the one conscious man.
Okay.
Thank you. I was playing with that.
They're on it.
There we go.
You arrive in the general area where you saw the arrow come from, and you find what looks like a hunter's perch. It's basically a platform of wood set up in the trees. Hunters build them all the time to wait in to find animals.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no one here.
Any tracks?
Well,
Like
if you would like to
branches,
roll
any-
survival tracking,
I would.
one of you.
Amar, you're pretty good at this. Why don't you go? Nice.
15!
Mhm.
You do find two sets of horse tracks going in opposite directions.
Ah, fuck.
He had two horses. Fuck.
Which direction?
She just
towards,
had one loose.
towards King's Landing, back away from King's Landing.
Neither of them are going towards King's Landing.
Okay.
Didn't see any horse run out or anything. right?
There's a lot more trees. You're almost in the Kingswood at this point, so there's a lot of trees on all sides.
Two tracks, two horses, two different directions. We could probably catch up to one if we're quick about it, but we can only follow one. Unless you want to send men after the other.
I say you two take one and I'll take the other. I'll take John with me.
Amar, let's go left.
All right,
I don't know if they're going
John,
left, but I'm
on me.
assuming.
John is on you.
Oh my
Okay,
God. Thurston, all the medicine.
Thorsten.
Oh,
Yes.
Lord.
You're kind of in the back, and you see Hamish went down with an arrow.
Save
You kind of
hand.
had to duck because you didn't know how many other arrows were going to just start
Mhm.
shooting. But so far, you see Lyric is on the ground, and Hamish is on the ground. What do?
Moral
I-
quandary.
Do I have time to ask Vivian something?
I mean, you can discern how much time you have. I mean, two men are shot in vital areas with an arrow,
You
so
can yell as you're heading up there.
That's what I'll do. I'm like, Vivian, who do you want me to save?
Hamish.
Okay. I go to Hamish.
Okay. You go to Hamish, and you Flipmo, please make a healing diagnosis.
Okay, so just a straight healing. 23.
23. He's dead.
I immediately go to Lyric.
Yeah. I will say, he rolled 4 degrees of success, dealing 24 damage.
Cool.
There wasn't enough wounds he could have absorbed.
Uh,
He was dead.
Mhm.
cool. Cool.
Now make another healing test for Lyric.
This is why.
Oh,
Oh my!
Oh my
God.
God.
When you
guess
you have
what?
luck.
guess what? I use my luck trait.
Oh, you're
I get a
Damn
reroll and take the high.
quintuple ones. You stole it from me. You bastard.
Queen
Oh,
of
God.
Wands.
This is literally the worst thing you could have ever rolled.
Yeah.
I know.
You have no idea what happens when that happens. It's so bad.
That's
He
why I have
wasn't,
luck.
he wasn't dead. He is now.
So he's
That's
dying. It will be a TN 25 healing treatment check
Treat
to
injury.
save his life.
A treat injury.
Yes, please.
Ah,
I was gonna ask a
Do
question.
you have another luck?
I do not.
No,
have one.
but I was gonna ask a question.
Yeah, Mariella.
Because Teedrick's so quick. Excuse me, Thorsten's so quick to push buttons. I was wondering if it would have been possible. It's been rolled, so it's kind of not anymore.
Yeah.
If maybe like myself or somebody from the carriage could have tried to help, like hold him
It-
down or do
You could
whatever.
have. Yes. That was a thing you could have done. Yeah.
Sorry.
You're so quick to push a button.
He
I
said
did-
make a treat injury. So
You learn.
I know nothing about medicine, so I would not have done anything.
Yeah.
So you're good.
Yeah, so unfortunately, he's bleeding too quickly. You weren't able to stifle the wound in time. He is going to die.
I then, because I know he's going to die, I will reach in and make his death more painless. Give him
Okay.
some milk of the poppy.
By reaching into his
You
chest.
can't exactly swallow it.
There's
Uh,
an arrow in his neck.
Just
Yeah,
poured into the
so
wound.
unfortunately, the only way to make his death quick would be to kill him. But he's going to bleed out pretty quickly. So just the best thing you could do is be there for him, probably.
Yes, I will just be there for him.
All right. You are present there. And Lyric dies in your arms. One of your 6 named men are dead.
No. Lyric.
We've traveled all the way to almost to King's Landing, and only one has died. That is a
I
success.
feel we're doing
Clarissa.
pretty good.
Well, we're
Clarissa,
not done yet.
Could you please make me another awareness test?
Who?
Yes.
Clarissa.
Clarissa. If you have seeing, I think is the thing.
What do you
No, I just
Oh,
noticed.
I see.
Oh, I'm good.
Would it not be awareness notice?
Thank you, notice.
Oh, I have that.
You have notice?
And I
So-
can re-roll 2 1s if I roll any, but I didn't. So that's great.
21. Okay. I have to make a roll now. You didn't get any ones. All right, good. So you got 21.
Good assist, dude. It's stealthing.
Very good. I'm gonna get.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Apparently.
Wait,
Probably
can you guys not see the
good.
roll?
No.
No.
Yours?
Mm-mm.
No.
No roll.
Oh, am I still in private? Fuck.
We've just been assuming by our reaction.
That wasn't supposed to be in private. Okay, hold on.
Like, must have been good.
Okay, I
What was
can't.
it?
You can
I
enlighten
can't
us.
I can't
tell us.
reveal it.
You can
so
drag the number out onto the map, and that'll.
he got they got a 24.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was like the same roll from last time.
My passive. So angering. There's so much
Mhm.
anger in my bones.
Mm-hmm.
Anger in my bones.
How does passive skills work?
Oh, actually, sorry. He got a 1 in that.
Oh, it gets a
It gets a
reroll.
reroll.
Dang it. Must
Probably
be nice.
some weird stealth thing.
Yeah, probably.
Oh yeah, that makes it much better.
Fuck.
That's 26 now.
Anthony, how do the passive
Circled
skills
around.
work?
What?
Like for passive, like my healing
So
is a 20
it's
passive.
generally for unique and certain tests.
Okay.
Because Clarissa stated earlier she wished to actively search, you can of course actively search. Because I believe your passive is 20, yeah?
Correct.
Clarissa?
My who? Me?
Yeah.
My passive is 24. I get to add my cunning to it.
Oh, you add your cunning to it. That's very cool. I would have Yeah, he got higher now
Yep.
because of the one. But yeah, so unfortunately you're looking and you don't see anything.
But my question though, for me though, is I have a passive 20 in healing, just a straight passive 20.
Right, it was
Would
a
that have done-
25 check.
I thought you said a 19 check.
No.
25.
Okay.
No, he said 19. He said 25.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that doesn't work for rolling. It only passive really only works for certain abilities require you to test against other characters' passive, and that's
Okay.
the only really time passive comes up.
Okay.
Like basically, so this person who shot an arrow. I'll give you an example later. But basically, you don't see anyone. Tedric and Jean, you run off, and after 20 minutes of riding, very far away from your family now, you find a riderless, unsaddled horse just sort of like wandering next to a tree. Just kind of like...
He immediately turned his back around.
Yep. All right, you go. Nymora, Henrik,
Mhm.
after about 20 minutes or so of riding, you come across a saddled horse
Mhm.
with no rider, kind of just aimlessly wandering around. Because you quickly turned around, you didn't see, but if you guys approach it and see, it seems someone has tied what looks like spurs to the end of the horse's tail, and it looks like it's been sort of whipping itself to move.
So mean. Any human tracks, like footprints around our horse?
Give us a track, me a survival tracking roll.
Try.
Ugh.
14.
14. You do not see any sign of human footprints.
Not even gonna try.
Fuck. The carriages. We have to go back.
Goddamn Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Damn it, Robin Hood!
All
Yeah,
right.
like,
After
we
a while,
gotta go back.
Tedric,
Yeah.
So Vivian, Tedric and Henrik are gone. They've just gone off somewhere. You only have you have 4 of your men with you. Larrick's dead. Some of the men have kind of moved him aside, and Thorsten, you've taken the arrow out and sort of begin to like sort of dress his body. And it is unfortunately you come back and you basically report to each other that neither of you found like anyone in anything.
Mhm.
Hamish Flowers lies there still dead, arrow in his eye, and a cruel reminder of the cold other reality sometimes of the world of Game of Thrones.
Where's the merchant?
I was gonna ask that.
He ducked under a cart and has come out and is like, "Oh my!" Now, one of them is holding one of your men, Micah. He has the conscious man. The other one is
Yeah.
tied up.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've had some time. So if Vivian, Clarissa,
For
y'all
fucking sure, yeah.
have time to go
I
talk to
could.
this guy.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll come with if that's
Mhm.
all right, my lady.
Yep.
And he's like struggling a little bit, like not really struggling, but he's like keep trying to like shove him off. And then when he sees you guys come up, he's like he looks really surprised. He goes, "What?" And he looks kind of shocked as you guys walk up.
Were you expecting someone else?
Well, I wasn't expecting women.
Yes, there are children here as well.
Children here.
Mhm.
Like, well, he didn't tell us that.
Who's he?
like he kind of like swells up. He goes, "My name is Thomas Hen, and I don't care what you do to me, but what you did to those people was awful."
Mm.
And
Strong opinion.
Alfred Dannett himself hired us to put a stop to you.
Mm. Could. I see.
Our arms are covered.
How did you know who we were, Thomas?
What? I mean, they were supposed to be. They said he would have 6 archers backing us up.
Seems like Alfred Dannett has left you alone in this predicament.
Well, he said what to look for. Described that the one who ran off.
Right.
The one with the beard.
Beard.
The only one of that
Yes.
group who has a beard is your husband.
All right. Could you? So Alfred Dannett. Right. Okay. I didn't. Sorry. There are many people that he's trying to. So Alfred Dannett
There's a
was
lot of
with you.
hymns and pronouns in this.
Yeah.
So I work for him personally. So you can't just execute me. I've got a writ and everything.
Can I see this writ?
Yes. And he reaches into his pocket, and you see Mika just grip his arm, and the guy goes like, and he's like, slowly, and just like pulls out a piece of paper.
I'll take it and I will read it.
Yeah. So I would very much like you to make a status check.
Okie dokie.
Is
Okay.
So
Do I
yeah,
perhaps
that's it.
reputation, breeding, anything like that, or just straight
No.
stat? Okay,
Straight
understood.
stats.
Got this.
Nice.
The TN was 6, so
Okay.
so you see a data basically it states the letter basically it's a letter of commission, like hereby hire you, Thomas Hen and Michael Kraft, to help defend the honor of the lands of Dannett against the wicked house Weirlight. Signed, Alfred Dannett. Vivian, you've seen Alfred's signature. That is the most disgusting and poor forgery you've ever seen in your life. Man has good handwriting, but that's the giveaway. Alfred has shit handwriting. This man's handwriting is very neat and
That
very
damn technology ruining
Uh-huh.
kids today.
Oh gosh, I wish.
Auto code and everything.
In my head, I'm like, oh, I wish Alfred had this penmanship. And I'll hand it to Clarissa. Keep this safe.
Yes, Melody.
Clarissa, you also are like, wow.
Whoa.
And was Alfred with you in this?
What he hired us face to face like a real lord would.
Describe him for me.
Of course. Well, he's tall and has dark hair and blue eyes and quite slim. I think a bit like that. He's very tan and imposing. Vivian, I'll let your old world ride. Alfred Dannett is short, robust, and pale, and blonde of hair.
Uh-huh.
I was like, that doesn't sound like it we described.
Again, this man he just described sounds like a kind of, tall, dark, strange, handsome man, while actual Alfred Dannett is more akin to a
Bulldog?
short-bred bulldog.
Yeah.
Marshmallow.
And just like he's like if this was D&D, Alfred Dannett's a dwarf, right?
Nah, got a mental image out.
Got it.
perfectly. Amazing.
Mm.
And did you meet your archers? Did they carry the Dannett symbol?
Well, we never saw any archers. They said they'd be there. We didn't actually meet them.
Thomas, it seems that you, well, actually, it's very apparent, not at all seems, you've been trick. Someone falsely told that they were Alfred Dannett. I know him personally. This writ is forged.
Well, I didn't forge it. I
No, I understand. No, whoever you swore loyalty to seems to be intended you to die.
What? I just wanted to. I just heard about what happened to those poor people, and
We heard
wanted
as
to do
well.
something about it.
No, I understand. And you are very noble indeed to want to avenge those people who were wrongfully killed. But this family was not responsible for that.
You weren't?
No.
Oh.
You saw his lordship and the other knights possess great skill and the means to have just killed you. But they didn't.
Suppose not.
Not at all.
We're quite skilled, but it's just
Yes.
it's been rough a bit, and we had to sell our swords literally for food. So we just kind of had these clubs, but can we go?
No.
Like, well, what are you going to do with us?
That's not up to me. But I can perhaps convince Lord Weirlight to allow leniency for you to confess your crimes, and perhaps we can allow you some food along the travels.
Oh, okay. He just looks confused.
What is the other? Is the other guy still unconscious?
He's still
He's
unconscious.
Still unconscious, yeah. All right. Well, the party gets back. People are made abreast of the situation. And we will call it there. I know we went a lot longer than usual today. I really didn't mean to.
We also got started a little bit later too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
There was a
I know
button
we
to end on.
earlier, but there was I just really wanted to get to that button.
Of course.
That good old
Understandable.
button. Yeah, I'm sorry if it got a little late for some people, but yes. So you now have Michael Kraft.
Thomas Hen.
Yeah.
And horrendous
you have
forgeries.
Thomas Hand and Michael Kraft, two men who literally know nothing,
Yeah.
who just wanted to avenge some fallen people. We found a lot of information out, widespread, a lot to take in, notes abound, I hope. And until next time, thank you for being with us. Thank you for weathering through this very long episode, but I hope it was entertaining enough to keep your attention. It was entertaining enough to keep mine. Thank you so much to my players. Thank you so much for withstanding me giving you direct hope and then immediately ripping it out of you.
You enjoyed it. God
Not
damn
only
it.
once, but twice.
Several
Not
times.
once, but twice.
You felt so successful for a second.
Yeah. So
That is
thank you so much. Have a good night, and we will see you next time.